Hi, it's Colin Cowherd. I started The Volume to bring you some of the most authentic voices in sports. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks. You know, I saw a story last week. Boomer Esiason, former NFL quarterback, he does a morning show in New York City on WFAN, which is the most popular station, one of the first sports talk radio stations. So he does a morning show. It's called Boomer and Geo. And about a week ago, he got a text on his phone. And he never really asserted this was true. He simply said, there's something sent to me on my phone that says that Aaron Rodgers was planning to sit out the Super Bowl due to the NFL's COVID policies. And I've said this often about my show. My show is not just opinions. Sometimes it's theories, predictions. I'm not looking for 100% accuracy. I'm looking to be interesting. I listened to the entire Boomer Esiason, Geo, 10-minute segment. They never said it was true. They offered up the information, debated it, and discussed it. I'll throw something out here that's interesting. So the number had come from the Virginia area, and that's what really piqued my interest, not the story. Several years ago, when I was ripping Aaron Rodgers, I got a text from a Virginia number. Don't know who it was, anonymous, giving me inside information on the Packers. Some of it was pretty darn detailed, like way more than your typical fan. So I looked up the number. I looked up the address of the number, and in no way did it appear to be somebody that worked for an NFL team. But there was too much information not to be an insider, things that had not been published yet. And so when I hear the Aaron Rodgers story with Boomer, and I go back to my story, it's the only time in my career that's happened, that I get a random anonymous text with lots of inside information claiming that Aaron Rodgers, the claim was he's leaving Green Bay. It was almost like somebody was trying to set me up to look bad. It was almost like somebody was setting up Boomer to look bad. And Boomer and I both feel like the information is a little too accurate to be, I don't know, a random fan. Is it possible that somebody in Aaron Rodgers' camp is trying to create, when the criticism gets hot, a little misinformation campaign which he can use to validate the inaccuracy of the media? I mean, did anybody else notice how harsh the criticism of Boomer Esiason was from Aaron Rodgers? Ever since Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, right? Since that time, it's been playoff disappointments. It's the deception about immunization. It's the losing to Brady. And he's taken a very anti-media narrative. Now, remember, Tom Brady would not waste a second of his life worrying about the media. It's family and football. Aaron spends an inordinate amount of time making sure you know the media doesn't know what they're doing. Now he's angry with Boomer for misleading everybody about him. I just think it's really weird. Why is he beating up Boomer Esiason? Why would this silly story bother him? Why did Boomer get that text from Virginia? Why did I get that text from Virginia? It's all very suspicious to me. Aaron likes control. That's why he was so damn pissed when they drafted Jordan Love and a year later leaked stories to the media to bury the Packers on draft day, regardless of what any insider in the NFL tells you. They all came out the same day with the story, draft day. What a zany coincidence. I just thought the criticism of Boomer was over the top. Boomer did not report it like it was factual. I don't know Esiason, but I listened to the story. I listened to the segment. They kind of threw it up there as a thought balloon more than anything. Sometimes the person building the most ridiculous narratives about Aaron, is it possible it's Aaron himself? All right, let me talk Jimmy G. You know, it's interesting that we make decisions on people and then we look for confirmation bias because we all like to be right. None of you really liked Jimmy Garoppolo. He looks too good. He was backing up Brady. Never forget that Jimmy Garoppolo was who Kyle Shanahan wanted if he couldn't get Brady. Never forget that Belichick loved Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think it's funny. We always bring up Jimmy Garoppolo's Super Bowl performance as a critique. I mean, you're slamming him for one play in the biggest sporting event in the country. It's like critiquing the Apollo 13 astronauts because on their voyage to the moon, things went a little wrong. Guess what? Put yourself in big spots. You're going to have some letdowns. It's the nature of competition in sports and technology and sometimes space travel. For the record, did anybody ever look up Jimmy G's Super Bowl numbers? 20 of 31, 65% completion percentage, passer rating of 69. Big Ben won a Super Bowl with a passer rating of 22. John Elway once had a passer rating of 19 in a Super Bowl. But because Jimmy G, you didn't like him initially, you saw him as a backup. He was a second-round guy. He was never a threat to start over Brady. You forget, he's only had 47 regular season starts. Why are we so harsh on him? That is a season less than Baker Mayfield. The reality is, Jimmy G was an important figure when he was just sitting on the bench in New England behind Brady. But if you're really fair, and it's not confirmation bias, never forget this. He's 6-0 against the Rams, and Kyle Shanahan has won 25% of his NFL games as a head coach without him.